What's going on, everybody? Okay, let me do it again. What's going on, everybody? It's Alondra Marie, and you are here on another episode of Out of the Trance, and this is actually season 2. So, welcome, yay! Anyways, welcome back to my podcast. If you're new here, welcome. If you are somebody that has been tuning in since 2019, welcome back. And yeah, I am gonna put emphasis on 2019 because I know that podcasts have gotten trendy and everybody and their mom has a podcast, but I've been having this podcast since before the pandemic. I just kind of neglected it, as y'all know, as I give y'all the same excuses every single time. But this time I got life updates and a lot of things to talk about. So this episode is about embracing change, and I think that some of the things that I've gone through in my life recently are things that definitely resemble that. And I think, if anything, I've done nothing more than embracing every single piece of change that I have experienced, at least in the last year. And it has been difficult, it has been tough, but it has been 100% worth it. And I want to share that with you guys. I want to share my journey from this past year that I've been MIA from the podcast, and I want to hopefully inspire and encourage you guys to embrace change by the end of this episode. So oftentimes when we think about change, we think about, I say we, but let me just talk about myself. A lot of the times when I think about change, I think about it in a negative way. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of the change that I had to go through since I was a kid, that I didn't want to go through, like moving to the United States at the age of 11, having to learn a whole new language. Like, it was just things that I didn't want to do. But part of me being successful at learning a new language, adapting to a new culture, was embracing change. So, and I think the last episode where I left off with this podcast, I was moving. I said that I was moving. I had just gone out of the military and I had just landed a new job, which is true. So I landed a new job in Oklahoma City and I moved there. And this year so far has been intense as far as networking, meeting people, my music career, my work career. Like, it's just been crazy. And anyways, when I was getting ready to move, there was a part of me that was like, I'm unsure if this change is for me. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know if this is because I want a paycheck. I didn't know. And when I moved out here in September, and November came around, and I just recently made a post about this on my social media. November came around and I went to the doctors and I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And when I tell you that those news were the most life-changing news I've heard, that pertain to me, I mean, I think that I probably went through like a whole month of denial and having difficulty accepting these news. And part of that required me to embrace this change, because what that meant was, now I am going to have more medical appointments. Now I'm going to have the hard conversations with my family and my friends. Now I view life differently. So hearing those news, unfortunately, was what helped me embrace the change of me moving to a new city. And I'm not saying, hey, hopefully, like, when you move to a new city, you get bad news and then, like, that'll help you embrace change. But it's more so, sometimes things happen in life and decisions happen that don't completely make sense to you until, like, something else solidifies the purpose of why you're going through the things you're going through. So personally, in my situation, I feel like me finding out that I had cancer was the reason I moved out here. I feel like I had to move over here to meet the doctors that I met, to have the conversations that I was having, to get the help that I needed. And that in itself, helped me understand and embrace the change. So anyways, ever since then, I've experienced a few life transitions. For example, I've transitioned into working a hybrid schedule. So now I work on site instead of fully remote, which is what I was doing a year ago. Um, and on top of that, it has made me transition into a more mindful mindset. I feel like now, because of these changes, I talk to my friends often about their health. I talk to my mom and my family often about health. I try to talk to the people around me about being more proactive with their health. Um, I would say, and let me give y'all a little backstory on this whole cancer situation. So, in the military, I was not being listened to. I went to multiple doctors. I think I went to 3 different doctors while I was in the military, complaining about weight gain, mood swings, irritability, depression, anxiety, hair loss. I mean, like literally everything possible. And my lab work kept coming back as normal and normal and normal until one day, one doctor was like, well, actually, you have some thyroid antibodies, which you're not supposed to have. And so that military doctor was like, it just be like that. You just need to change your diet and, keep it pushing. So I was like, okay, I don't think that that's right. But anyways, so when I moved to Oklahoma, I met a new doctor at the VA and I told her the same thing. She put me through a lot of lab work and imaging, and this is where we started noticing, okay, I have a few nodules in my thyroid that looked suspicious on top of my lab work looking suspicious. And then from there, we figured that I had cancer and I had to prepare myself for surgery. After surgery, I had radioactive therapy, which meant I had to prepare myself for that. So there was a lot of changes coming my way. But all of the things that I was experiencing only solidified that initial change of I have to move to a new city to start a new life. It just further confirmed it for me that I made the right decision for myself. I just didn't know it at the time. So with that, I would say anytime you are going with your gut and you're following your gut, which is what happened when I was trying to get out of the military, trust it. Trust it. There's a bigger purpose. There's a bigger reason. There's always a reason why you make the decisions that you make that feel right in your core. But anyways, on the other side of life changes, my music career has had a few changes. A lot of amazing experiences here in Oklahoma City that I've gone through, a lot of successes. So since the last time I made a video, I think the last time I made a video, I was still in Abilene, Texas, and I moved to San Antonio for the summer. And when I was there, I got to perform in Austin, which is really freaking cool. And then a year later, I dropped a few songs. So now in 2023, when I moved over here, I had a friend put me on to one of her performances, and I got to open for her. Her name is Amani. I'm trying to get her to jump on this podcast, so hopefully you guys get to see her. But anyways, I got to jump on the performance with her, and when I went to that performance, it was like the floodgates opened. Like I don't even know if that's the right terminology. But once I had that performance, opportunities just started flooding like crazy. Like it was like one person came up to me and who was like, I want you to do a tour with me. This like literally in next month. And I'm over here like, tour? Like, like I'm over here like scrambling, like, like it was an independent tour. And then like another person saw me perform. He wanted me to, open for his show. And then at another show, I had a music director for a radio station in Tulsa listen to my music. And she was like, I want to have it on radio. So it was like a lot of amazing things were starting to come of this one performance in Oklahoma City. And it was in May. So from May till now, I have performed in numerous places, including Tulsa, Paris, Texas, Austin, San Antonio. I finally got to perform in San Antonio, and where else? Sorry, Oklahoma City, obviously. And it's just been amazing, and it was completely unexpected, and I felt like I had to just kind of like adapt as things were going and as things were happening. So, yeah, that was a big life change. I would say that did wear me out a little bit. So ever since my thyroid surgery, my voice has kind of comes and goes. I can't even talk. It comes and goes, and it goes raspy a few times here and there. And when it does that, I am unable to sing as easily as I like to or can. Um, and so with that, I would say all these performances did wear me out a little bit. So I'm officially taking a little break from performances because I need to let my body just calm down and not put it under unnecessary stress. But at the same time, my music has been listened to by multiple R&B accounts. It has had press written about it. It has been played on the radio. It's been on playlists. So I mean, the things that I've experienced with my music are things that I was not expecting to experience last year or anytime soon. So I'm thankful. And I always tell my friends, like, regardless of where this goes, I'm just thankful that I've gotten to experience the things I've gotten to experience, collaborate with the people that I've gotten to collaborate with. I mean, it's just been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. I just recently released the song NDA, which this also ties back to embracing change. I decided to change up my sound a little bit for the sake of the single and test it out and tap into R&B drill and just or R and drill, whatever people like to call it, and tap into a more like sexual side of my music, which I don't typically do because I try to keep it PG-13. But this time I wanted to like try something a bit more sexual. My dog's over here playing around. But anyways, so that's what NDA was. NDA actually has a remix coming out. It's already done. The artist is an amazing artist. I don't want to reveal who it is yet because I am so excited about it, and I just want it to be like a boom surprise. I've been networking with her for quite a while, and we finally got it done. So I'm grateful for her and her team for getting this verse done. She just made the song sound a lot better than what it sounds as an original, in my opinion. So, but yeah, guys, this episode is not supposed to be very long. I am here to just update you guys on my life. I've been gone for a whole year, and I've been dealing with my health. I've been dealing with music. Oh, also, I started my master's degree, and I this on Tuesday is my last day of my first two classes. So I started my master's 2 years ago, but I didn't like the major, so I stopped for like a whole year and I started again. So I am now majoring in software engineering. It goes hand in hand with the work that I am doing at the moment, and I absolutely love the idea of it. So hopefully I get to tap into that world. But for now, yeah, I'm focused on this music, this podcast, my master's degree, and my job. Gotta get the bills paid. So, but anyways, some things for you guys to look forward to coming up in this podcast. I do have a few guests lined up already that will be appearing. These are people that I have had the amazing opportunity to network with here in Oklahoma City. They're wonderful people that create art in some form, shape, or fashion. I think I said that. I think I said that backwards. In some way, shape, or form, whatever. Y'all get the point. So, anyways, I will be having guests coming on. I know that I've said that in old episodes, but these people, we're lined up, we're ready to go. We just gotta film the episodes. But in the meantime, I hope that you guys enjoy this welcome back episode and the things that I've told you guys about all the changes that I've had in my life. Hopefully it inspires you guys to take every change that comes your way and embrace it and make something out of it. I think that that's what's helped me stay so resilient and so ahead of my setbacks, because I literally take everything as like, well, this is a new change, this is a new opportunity for growth, this is a new opportunity to keep things going, and it's a new opportunity to just be better, be a better version of myself, to transcend out of, and I know I sound corny because that's what my podcast is about, but to transcend from where I currently am, because I refuse to stay stuck in a rut, in the same spot without progressing. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for being patient. Hopefully this video is a good enough excuse, but be excited. There's been a rebrand with Out of the Trance. I don't know if you've noticed, the logo is different. The color patterns are different. I feel like this new logo goes well with the meaning of the podcast. It's simple, it's straight to the point, it tells you what you need to know. Some other things to look forward to. I have a music video coming out for NDA that will be filmed this month, so stay on the lookout for that. And honestly, if you are interested in being on this podcast and you are in Oklahoma City or nearby, let me know. I would love to have you as a guest. And anyways, subscribe, share, comment, share this with your friends, your mom, post it on your Instagram, on your TikTok, wherever you want. Help a girl out and get her word out. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to my show.